Alright, I think this is on. Don't use the record videos anymore, but I just had such the absolute most clutch game I've ever seen in my entire life. Or at least for me anyway. It might be of some interest to somebody. So I've been doing fairly well with this deck I've made. Trying to get to 4,000 trophies so I get the draft chest, but as you can see I've had a victory. I forced a draw on that because I couldn't get through because he had a really good powerful Valkyrie and Prince combo. Because usually for Prince I use guards, as you can see there, to tank shots and can easily take down a Prince solo. But with the Valkyrie just wipes them out, or he also used the log as well, so I couldn't really use that. But yeah, it's done pretty well. These are just, what is it, 2v2s. I don't usually use it in 2v2s. But victory, defeat, draw, defeat. Usually when I have defeats, it's usually against big golem decks. So as you can see, them ones are golem decks. Because this only really does, the only heavy hitting one's the Mega Knight really. The other one, the Mortar's only really used for going across, and then the Bandit is, you know, sort of, and skeletons and that. They don't do a lot of damage, but this is the game that is the clutch one. Is this one, which I don't think I've actually ever had such a clutch game. This guy played very well, but obviously I played better. Very friendly as well, emoting and that. So you got an early goblin barreling. Here's the dual push. Didn't get the charge off, but he logged my princess, that's a shame. But so far we're sort of balanced on elixir.
Let's go.
Took the damage of the Ice Spirit. They do like 100 damage, so it's good. You know, it's like a free princess shot, really. The Inferno Tower did present a bit of trouble. I tried to tank for it, but then he placed the knight, so you know, it was a good placement by him. This was quite a good defense. Princess and Zap cleaned that up nicely. Even he said well played. So I think that was a good play. I didn't really know he had a rocket for most of the game until now. This is where I used the rocket, I believe. Yeah. That's a very good value rocket on his part. Very, very valuable rocket. He has a low level Ice Spirit, so he gets 2 shot by my tower. If it were higher level, it'd get there, do 100 damage. But he's got quite weak cards in Cycle right now. His only real counter to my Mega Knight is the Inferno. So of course he places the Inferno, which I have a plan for that, luckily. Kind of. As long as you take it down so much, I just saw that the mortar, when I place the mortar, it doesn't... here I'm trying not to place the mortar, because if I place it and it locks onto the Inferno, it'll waste a shot. But here, I know it's about to die, so... But then, again, he places a rocket down. Smashes everything to bits. Defensive mortar. I don't usually play defensive mortar. The only time I play defensive mortar really is if I think I might lose. I started getting worried because he was chipping away with his goblin barrel on my bottom right. So I was trying to make this into a draw really, because you only have to wait another minute. But then this is where I managed to break through, and the Mega Knight charges onto the Ice Spirit, charges onto the tower, then I can place a mortar down. I don't really know why I zapped that, I didn't really need to. But then it starts getting damage onto the to the King Tower, managed to log. So I'm doing mad damage right now. Managed to distract his princess, that was really good value as well. And now he's got a full, well not full, but a pretty healthy mortar to deal with. The mortar gets one more shot off. And it's on 58 health, all I have to do is cycle back to my zap. So I just place guards, just have enough for zap, and just place it with 1 second to spare, and just enough damage to do it. I believe, I don't know how much zap does, but I think it does around about that. Zap does 68, I mean mine's over leveled, so if it was tournament standard it'd only do 56. So it wouldn't have been enough, but luckily mine's higher level, so it did do a bit more. And it won the game, so that was a very close game. And I was only the other day I was in Hog Mountain about a week a bit ago. I was in Hog Mountain. I've climbed many trophies with this deck, so it does have a bit of a weird win condition because the main thing to use is the mortar. Guards are for stopping tanks, P.E.K.K.A.s. You know, with a P.E.K.K.A. it needs a bit of help, so something like even if it's just a princess or a mega mini, any of these will help it. Even a log will kill it. It's just there's an extra bit of health at the end that's an issue. A log pushes it back, resets it, gives it more time for the skeletons and the tower to kill, and it does a bit of damage as well. You know, all the other ones will help, but yeah, the guards is the main thing for tanks. The only real counter to this deck is the golem. I did try and substitute the princess and pop in an inferno dragon instead, but then I had no swarms. You know, the only way to really deal with swarms is the log and the zap, and you know, also I like getting damage over the bridge is quite helpful if you're double pushing. The only real card you can replace out of this is you can get rid of, you know, bandit or princess with anything else you like a knight you could put there. You could put archers here or goblins or something. But mega minion, I think that's quite key because it sort of takes the place of like a knight, but it also takes the place of, you know, bats or minions or anything like that because it does air. Really good against dragon, you know, inferno dragon, Valkyrie because it doesn't get damaged and it kills it before it gets to the tower. Just an all-round good card. You know, all these are good cards. The reason I have two spells is originally I only had one spell, but if somebody tries to log bait you or zap bait you, you've then got the other spell. So if say they place a log, a goblin barrel, you can log the goblin barrel, and then you've got a zap. So if they then try and play a Scammy or a goblin gang or something, you can mug them off again. And you've cycled down two cards as well because they're pretty cheap cycle cards. Doesn't have any heavy spells, but you know, I don't think it really needs heavy spells. And about the new cards, the Snowball I don't think is a very useful card at all. It doesn't really have anything better than the other spells. You know, with the log you've got the damage and the range and the fact that you can one-hit a princess and that. It's a very powerful card. Very good against stuff like barbarians and that. And the zap, you've got the reset value and the fact that it's instant and it can do air troops. Whereas this, it does barely any damage, doesn't reset anything. Doesn't really do it. The only thing it does is move stuff apart, but if anything that's bad, because if you want to rocket something or execution or something or anything like that, you want enemies close together, so it's just a bit of a poor card if I'm honest. The only real use is killing Scammies, is what I've found. I don't know if there's some pro strategy with it, but I haven't found it. I think just to make it a decent video, I guess I'll have one more game. And we'll see if we can win it. And this will be a live one this time. Give him a good look and smiley face. So yeah, this is I prefer having a bandit at the beginning personally. So I'm gonna go full on in with a Mega Knight and then a bandit. So I'm dual pushing. So you can only, as far as I'm aware, he'll only be able to defend one of these. And he's not defending any of them. That's interesting. That is interesting. That is very crazy. Why is he not defending? He defended extremely late. See, the guards aren't the best for elite barbarians, but you know, if I still had my Mega Knight, I'd have used my Mega Knight there. But I mean, I could have done worse. That was a decent. I don't really want to play. Oh, I'm going to play Mega Knight now. I only wanted to play it if he had his elite barbs, but because he had 2 troops there, I might as well have done. Now I can log this back. I can zap these away. And we're looking pretty good. So it's 2 towers that are pretty weak. We're a bit low on elixir, but we've killed his log. We've killed his mini P.E.K.K.A. with just a log, and we've killed his scam with that, and we killed the Electro Wizard and the Bandit, which is 7 elixir for our 7 elixir Mega Knight. So we are actually in plus elixir here. That's a strange tactic, but a powerful tactic that he's thought of there. I want to defend the left one more because that one has more health. Okay, he's going to do an Inferno. I mean, a bit strange, but... just that one. I guess I'll play some Mega Minions. And a Mortar. This enemy isn't really a good portrayal of how good this deck is, because this guy's playing pretty shite. So we managed to shut that down with the help of the Mortar. I think we'll play a defensive Mortar here. I didn't get any, what is it, damage? Well anyway, that's a good game, but that was an interesting matchup there. But as you can see, it is quite a good deck for dual pushing, you know. They have to try and do both sides, and if they're low on their elixir they simply can't. And you leave either one, the Bandit or the Mega Knight, it's going to wreck that tower, so... you know, it's not as good in 2v2, I mean, you can just mess about in 2v2, but... you know, with different decks. I tried this deck, which is actually works rather well. I didn't think it would. The only real issue, which I might change out, is I might get rid of the Knight or the Guards or something like that, and pop in some more air defense, because this has no swarm really, except the spells and the Sparky, and it has really no air defense except bats, and bats are pretty weak and they can just be zapped away and that's it. So you have to rely on your enemy team a lot with that, but the idea is this is quite a tanky deck and just designed to do a lot of damage. This one's quite a good deck, which I made as well. I don't know if anybody else has made this before, but I just made these on top of my head. I don't know if it's coincidentally somebody else's. The only deck that I've copied is there was an Expo deck, a cycle deck that I copied a while ago, and that was a very good deck. But you know, I do think if you don't have any legendaries and you did want to copy this deck, you can probably use a P.E.K.K.A. in the place of the Mega Knight. Although I think maybe it'd be better to use a Dark Prince because of the area damage. That's really what I'm using with this, the area damage and the spawn damage as well. So as you saw with them Bandit and the Electro, you just slam it down and they're already dead, you know, in seconds. The log, obviously you could have a zap, but then you can't have this, so you could either put a snowball or some other troop like some bats or Ice Spirit or just a good cycle troop, don't really matter. Ice Golem's very good. I think Ice Golem's better than a snowball. Yeah, look, area damage. The area damage it does is 70 and this is 105, so it's not much more, but this you also have an entire tank and you have the fact that it can actually do more damage if it hits stuff. So you know, it's I don't really understand why they added the giant snowball. And the royal hogs are insanely overpriced because you can log them and they pretty much get destroyed. So if I see anybody with royal hogs, they just get mugged off because they're just, you know, executioner that takes them out easy, hunter that'll take them out easy. The only time they become a threat is if you split them. So the only real way to use these is if you split them, because if you use them in one lane, they're very easily countered. I can slam my Mega Knight on him. They'll damage him to really like one tick, and then he'll just do his area attack, and then it kills him instantly. And it's only 2 more elixirs, and then you've also got something that can charge onto anything that's behind him and start doing work on them as well. It's like it's just not a good card. I don't understand why. You'd use the Royal Hogs or the Snowball. They were very poor cards. So I know this has been quite a lengthy video, but I don't really make videos anymore. Too miserable to do that. So I'm only doing this because I'm bored and I need a hobby, I guess. I think I'll put guards over there. Yeah, I didn't really play this well yet. Okay, draw him with the mortar. Princess gets some decent value there. Gets the charge on. Got a P.E.K.K.A. shot. Yeah, that's how it's gone. Mega Knight's such a strong card. Oh, I missed. Oh, good night! Gloich!
Showtime!
This is good, because he misses the first attack. Oh no, he doesn't. I must have mended that. See, normally I'd use my Mega Knight. But... oh, that's going to present some trouble. Luckily he distracts them, but now they're gone. Yeah, that's not going to be too much trouble. I mean, if I was going to play defensively, I'd put a mortar in the middle and play defensively, but I don't really fancy doing that. I fancy just playing aggressive, trying to get some more crowns, I guess. Don't really show that fireball, would you? Didn't really need those guards either. I'll clean that up nicely. Yeah, this teammate's not being so bad. Princess, you know, very valuable card, Princess. It's just a cheaper wizard, pretty much. Doing that area damage from a longer range as well, and cheaper. So literally the only thing you're getting worse than the Princess is the hit rate and the health of it. But yeah, it even works in a 2v2. I just really wanted to do an extra battle to open the chest. Let's see what we get. Gold, need that. Gems. Snowball. And hogs, so garbage, because I don't really like them cards at all. But it says 23. Is there a card that I can upgrade this like? Because normally it's 22. Oh, it's not. No, I won't upgrade them. I'm not going to use them anyway. If I ever put them in a deck, I'll upgrade them, but I only really upgrade stuff that's in my deck, so that's why all these is not upgraded. I mean, Tombstone's a very powerful card, very underrated card. Well, not underrated, but you know, it stops everything. It stops tanks, stops Hog completely. You know, Hog gets distracted, skeleton spawns start attacking it, and then when it dies, it just swarms around him. It's only costs 3. Distracts, you know, Inferno Dragon, anything that, you know, heavy. It doesn't even matter if it's heavy or area, because it just spawns periodically. So it's just absolutely OP against everything, to be honest. Battle Ram, it stops that. You know, it's just a really OP card. But the only reason I'm not using this because I don't know. I just really like how I've got this deck. I think it's a good deck. But I think I'll call that a day. Hope this helps.